ladies and gentlemen, it's May 3rd, and this is Team No Sleep in the building. All right. God, look
Yes,
at
sir.
Alan looking clean over there. I should have shaved. I should be
Oh
looking more
man.
respectable. You come through looking right, brother. What it
Hey
do?
man. Last week I was looking rough, man. I had to come back
Well,
and
I
get
didn't say nothing,
get
but
it
you
right.
said it. You was look.
Yeah. I'm looking rough. I ain't gonna lie. I could tell it myself. I was looking a little rough, so
God, oh
you know.
man, listen, we here to talk about it. We here to enlighten, entertain, and educate. Talk about the social impact of sport. We got folks coming in. Mr. Riley is here, coming all the way from the west side. Listen, brother, I was down. Y'all know I was down in San Diego this past weekend. Uh, it's crazy down there. Y'all got some things going on in San Diego. I got to be careful when I come down
Hey man, you go outside, man. It just got an overall fun theme and vibe. I mean, it's the best city in the world. You know,
there.
like I
Listen,
know
50.
I know Miami might rival us a little bit. They
Yeah,
got a little bit something different going on, but I mean, San Diego, especially when you get a little bit past those teeny bopper years,
yeah.
it's probably one of the best places to come. I mean, we got everything.
Well,
Fun sun, and everybody ready to play. So
I'm
it's
just
all
saying
good.
the Gaslamp district area knows me after and the folks that I was with after this weekend. So when I come
Yeah.
back in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna need you to make sure that you show up so I don't get thrown in jail. I'm gonna
Oh,
leave
it's
it at
all
that.
good, man.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
It's all good, man. I mean, like I said, it's one of the best cities in the
Yes,
world, man.
sir.
I
No, it
mean,
is. I love it.
it just got a lot of different things, and it doesn't, it gives us a little bit of everything, right? I think if you want to embody California, let's be real. If you want to embody California, San Diego's probably the best place. LA is really fast paced, high. Northern California, really entrepreneur, business like. San Diego kind of has a little bit of combination of all that rolled up into one
Mm-hmm.
with the sun, man. So we can't
Yeah,
complain, man.
yeah. I
It's a
didn't
great
feel any
place.
stress or nothing like that. It was just a lot of activity. But yeah, but
And
it's all good. Shouts out to San Diego, man.
yes,
Let's go
indeed.
and get into it, man. We got some stories we want to get into. We always start with social impacting focused stories, and we got a couple of things we want to give some. Uh, it's not necessarily thoughts and prayers or that kind of thing, right? It's more of just condolences and it's more recognition to some folks that unfortunately gone too soon, lost their life, right? I mean, we got a couple of stories here. Tori Bowie, 32-year-old Olympic champion. She's got gold medals. She had silver medals, bronze medals, and things of that. And 32 years old, unfortunately, lost her life. We don't know the cause of death, but she was at the 2016 Rio Olympics where she won the 100-meter silver, 200-meter bronze, and anchored that 4x100 relay to gold. So
Hmm.
she was moving around that track, and unfortunately, again, we lost her not too long ago. So just wanted to give that some
Yeah,
awareness, and then just heard about who is this? Oh man, it was
not that one. Not that one.
another young brother. It was Calvin Davis. Yeah, it was Calvin
That's
Davis,
the wrong.
man.
That's the wrong title you got up there, though.
I
That's
know
wrong.
there it is.
Yeah, there
Well,
we go. There we
well,
go.
ABC 10 was updating the story before I
Okay.
was ready.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so I had see they still trying to update the story. But again, Calvin Davis, unfortunately, young man as well who lost his life, and I say young man, 52 years old, right? 51 years old, 400-meter runner uh, at the Atlanta Games. My wife was at those 1996 Atlanta Games, so she probably saw him running around there and making history. So again, young folks, 30 some, 50 some, gone too soon. It's just a darn shame, man.
Yeah, man. I think that first of all, condolences to their families, right? Always tragic when you lose someone in your family. I'm sure she had people. They both had people near and dear to their hearts. To me, it's just the all of a sudden, man. I mean, for me, it helps me ponder. Did this COVID epidemic have anything to do with that? Like, are we starting to feel the latter effects of what
Hmm.
happened with COVID
Hmm.
3 years ago, with kind of these mysterious things going on with people's health and how they're passing away so soon? Um, you know, that part, it's always in the back of my mind. I hope that's not the case. I don't want to wish anybody death. I hope they went peacefully, but it just seems like with these mysterious deaths or people, there's no cause or there's nothing there. I always just wonder in the back of my mind, does that have something to do with what happened? Those couple of years ago, because we still, as a society, don't know the full effects of everyone that had COVID.
Yeah.
The people that had COVID, what's going on. We're just starting to realize things now, right? Complications, a lot of lung problems, heart problems with people that were able to have that. I just feel for them, and every time it's situations like this, that's just always in the back of my mind. But bottom line, I want to say, my condolences to both of their families, people that represented our country at the highest elite level
Highest level.
of playing the sport, and
Yeah.
they were both very, very successful. I wish their families nothing but the best, and I hope the Olympic Committee or whatever, there's something there for them to be able to pay homage to both of those young people that
Nicely
passing away
said.
recently.
Yeah, nicely said, man. Again, unfortunate about some young folks like that, 51 and 30, 32 years old. Um, Back to a similar theme, similar topic, unfortunately, that we've been talking about for the last number of weeks. We've got issues with gun violence.
Mm.
We got a situation here at Texas A&M. Baseball player wasn't involved in anything. The baseball player was on the baseball field playing a
Mm-hmm.
game.
Yep.
And some neighbors around the way said the bullet traveled about 400 yards. Some neighbors around the way got into an altercation in the yard, got to shooting at each other. A stray bullet hit the baseball player in the chest, and he ended up in the hospital. Didn't pass away. He's in apparently stable condition, which is good news to hear about that. But here's a situation again. Young folks, 17 years old. I think we've got 20-year-old directly involved in an altercation. And they say the bullet traveled some 400 yards. So that far away, fighting, shooting at each other. One of the bullets goes stray, hits this baseball player in the chest, and he falls down. Police go over there and start doing their investigation, and they see some other individuals here that have related and some unrelated charges, some drug charges, some weapons charges, some ecstasy and methamphetamines on them, things like that. So again, unfortunately, we're seeing these faces that look like me and Montel plastered across the news that are involved in some foolishness and messed around and a stray bullet hit baseball player while he was playing a game that he loved. So a lot of different sides to this story. We can go in a couple of different directions. And Montel and I were talking a little bit about this before we went online. But again, just an unfortunate situation, man. Talk to me what your thoughts are when you see and you read this
Yeah.
story.
First, I like to, thank God the young man is safe, right? That was playing baseball.
Mm-hmm.
He's an innocent bystander in this, and he gets shot. In this situation, and this is just a common theme in urban neighborhoods, right? An innocent bystander gets hit with a stray bullet.
Yeah.
And this one, unfortunately, they were able to catch the individuals that were involved and able to, put some detective work behind it and figure out what's going on. The problem with this is that they're painting a narrative that in the media that I don't appreciate. They plastered all these young men's face all over the, like you said, in this article and everywhere to show that these are the menace of their area or their neighborhoods. Which these 5 gentlemen may be convicted of crime, but they look so much similar like other neighbors that don't commit crimes.
Come on, let's go into that.
It's an association thing, and now they're painting this picture that, hey, this neighborhood, these young men, these are bad. This is all bad, all bad, all bad. We already know 95% of that neighborhood and 99% of the neighborhood are law-abiding citizens. It's the 1% that is bad, like in anywhere else. It's just that it's funny that, like I was saying to you before when we were off air, I haven't seen one mugshot of the guy that shot those teens that wrongfully made a turn in his driveway.
Yeah.
Yet to see a mugshot of the old man that shot the boy through the door when he knocked on his door by accident. But yet we find this situation, a person that shoots a bullet that's stray, it goes 400 feet, it accidentally hits the man, the young man that's playing baseball. And now we got 5 black faces all over the news showing how they're guilty they are and doing everything like this.
Yeah.
I just think the media likes to paint a negative image of us. Wrong or right? They just like to paint that negative image to be able to also instill that fear in people to buy guns, right? This is a tactic. Hey, these are bad people. You got to buy guns to protect yourself. Because look, this is what they look like. This is where they're at. This is where they're from. And it's annoying, man. It gets tiring, right? Not only we persecuted, you know, an alarming rates in the courthouses, we're persecuted in the media, at an alarming rate.
Yeah.
We are found guilty in the media, and we're found guilty, period, before proven innocent. Where we seen two other Caucasian gentlemen involved in gun crimes, and I haven't seen their face at all plastered all over the media.
Not on the front page, not on any local
No.
news.
Matter of
And
fact,
again,
I don't think they have you heard them talk about it at all? The only thing I've heard them talk about it is somebody's inviting a young boy, Alicia Keys or somebody's inviting a young man that got
yes,
shot to her.
right.
That's all I've heard about it.
And I saw that, and I said, you know what, that's not enough of a story to have us talk about it, but because I actually didn't like that, right? That's the
Yeah,
only progress that's happening in those particular cases. So I'm
yeah,
glad you did bring it up, but I didn't
yeah.
find that worthy enough
So,
to talk about.
so again, crime is crime, but it's portrayed in the media and in front of people differently.
Mm.
I mean, our people, our Caucasian listeners are looking at. If you saw that plaster, those 5 faces on the news, what is your immediate thought? Period. Look at them; they look like criminals. Wow, they look at these. Look at the situation. Whatever it may be, it's plastered at. But yet, we don't even see the 2 faces that were committing some, other gun crimes. We haven't even seen them at all over the media. We just heard about the story. The media is just, like I said, the media is prosecuting this faster than the courthouses are. So
I'm
you mean to
looking
tell
at
me
these
these 5
ages.
gentlemen? Huh?
Oh, good. I was gonna say I'm looking at
No.
these ages, and we're at 19, 19, and 49 years old on these 3. So again, still babies, right? Still very young.
Yeah.
And then 20 years old, and then 17 years old, respectively, left and right.
Which is a minor, which I didn't know you could even post a minor's picture online or any of those things. I thought that was supposed to be sealed when they're minor.
Yeah.
Maybe Texas is different though. I don't know. Texas might be different because this happened in Texas. But the situation is, they got these 5 faces. They are guilty by the public eye. So how can they possibly get a fair trial? How? You got them looking mean in mug suits, orange, already arrested is their picture. That's what you see. So they're already guilty. They're already guilty by association. There's no fair trial. Not saying they shouldn't be charged. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. If they committed the crime, they need to be able to, be prosecuted by the law. But I'm saying public perception, they've already been prosecuted. They're already guilty. And that's an ongoing theme as well. We have gun violence, it's an ongoing theme, and we got people of color that are being persecuted in the media as a continuous theme, which is sad.
Quickly and immediately without any other story around it. So again, that's the 2 sides of the story, right? So again, someone would typically read this and see it on the cover of CNN or KSLA.com and be like, "Damn, right? What happened? We got these 5 folks involved in a shooting." Of course, we don't have a picture of the baseball player that got hit. There's no need to show that. But again, you already start coming up with that narrative in your mind when you see this situation. But why haven't, you're right, why haven't, we've seen all the pictures of the young kid that got shot because he went to the wrong door. We know him, I think he's 9, 10 years old. We see that and we know that. But we haven't seen nothing of the gentleman who shot him. 80-some-year-old man who shot.
We haven't seen anything of the gentleman that shot the teenager girls that they were trying to make a U-turn and they pulled in his driveway. He shot up the car, hitting. I think he hit 2 of the girls that were in the car. We haven't seen a picture of the victims nor the person that shot them.
Yeah. So Shirley here, let me, before you go, I mean, she's saying it right here. Same situation they did with the Central Park 5 young men 5 years ago. Same story, different time, just never changes. Wow.
I would agree with that to a certain degree. The Central Park guys didn't do anything. I think these gentlemen were, at the minimum, they were definitely involved in an altercation, right? They're involved in an altercation that ended up one of them shooting the gun and the bullet went south and hit this person. I mean, it gives us a further argument that we need. I don't like the word gun control because it's not controlled. Most guns are not in the controllable situation. They're usually, a lot of them are bought illegally. A lot of them are a friend of a friend. How you get the gun is not the pattern. We need to attack the manufacturers and say, stop making so many damn guns so there won't be so many available out on the street. It's not that we need to have more gun control. We need to stop making so many guns. Period. It's too many. It's too many guns. We have too much of a supply I mean, there's a demand for it, but we have an overabundance of a supply. When a kid can get a gun anywhere on the street just as fast as he can get, a bicycle anywhere, I mean, we know it's too much because we're not in our society is not in a situation where it's mature enough to be able to handle situations like that. Obviously, we can see that. There's a 17-year-old boy involved. You think he's mentally equipped to understand that he's when he's supposed to shoot and not to shoot? Has he been trained in that capacity to go when to shoot and when not to? You think he's been in any gun ranges to know how to shoot? No.
Yeah.
No. But yet, a gun is available in this neighborhood to be able to get. Sad, man. It's sad.
Gun is in a lot of neighborhoods is easier to get, unfortunately, than a loaf of bread, right? And I'm not being facetious and not being funny, but again, in some neighborhoods, it kind of is. But listen, we wanted to talk about this, and we wanted to bring it up. While you were talking, I was trying to see if there was some more background on the case, but there's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the unfortunate situation. 2 gentlemen involved in a altercation in the yard. Gunplay got involved. Shot a baseball player 400 some yards away at a baseball field, and then they did an investigation, or they went and searched the house where they originated from and found these other 3 gentlemen as well. So
what's funny though, before we move on, not funny, but was how quickly they solved this case. How quickly, law enforcement was there, figured it out, put all these 2 and 2 together and all that stuff. How quickly?
I will interject. Because the first 2 that were fighting, they turned themselves in.
Okay.
Yeah, so the 20-year-old that night turned himself in, and then the 17-year-old the next day turned himself in. So they had some remorse for the situation.
Okay, so they initiated for it to be solved. Okay.
Yeah, so there is a little different situation right there. But because I can see where you wanted to go with that. I can see where. So let me throw that in there right quick, so to get filled. Okay, the Paul Harvey rest
that makes
story.
sense. Then that makes sense. If they turned themselves in, law enforcement was able to put 2 and 2 together really quick. Because I was going to say it takes them forever to do any other case, but all of a sudden it happened really fast on this one.
Yeah,
and I was going to interject in that. Like I said, I'm just tired of being, man. Like I said, people that look like me being kept persecuted not only in court at Alarming Red, but we're being persecuted in the media just as fast, or even faster, by public perception. So I just think, when are we going to get the same due diligence as our counterparts when it comes to the legal system? We just don't.
As we continue to have these conversations, and as communities like the Team No Sleep community goes out and talks to their local council people, as the folks in this community go out and vote every 2-4 years, however much, right, and actually voice their opinions, and because we got some folks in this community that know what they know, and I'm gonna say it, aren't afraid to talk about it. So I'm not gonna mention folks' names, but all of y'all listening, watching, have that power to go out there and make a change for the better. So that's how it's gonna change. That's how it's gonna get better. If we keep having these awkward conversations and folks act on it.
Let me comment on that. What's funny to me?
Come on.
So, as us as a community, as a society, we always arguing about who's the GOAT, right? Barbershops, wherever we get together, especially I'm gonna speak about my people or people of color. We will always argue so hard about who's the best, who's the GOAT, who's the GOAT in basketball, who's the GOAT in rapping, who's the best rapper. To situations where we were fighting. I wish we put that same energy to find out who's the GOAT of education, Department of Education in my school. I want that same passion to be about that. How come our passion is that who's the best counselor to represent our community to be able to go fight for the right sort of thing? And we put that same passion we do that we argue about who's the greatest rapper between Biggie and Tupac, and we argue about who's the best person to represent us in Congress. That same exact energy, we would be unstoppable as a community. Because we'll argue all day about who's the best lyricist or who's better LeBron or Jordan all day, every day, where it goes to who's the greatest, but we'll never talk about who's the best teacher in my school.
My goodness. Ooh, boy, you telling people to their face what they need to do. I love it.
I'm just saying, why don't we put that same exact energy about things that mean something instead of about things that don't mean anything?
Yes, sir.
LeBron and Michael Jordan don't care. They didn't care about that. This is it's a discussion. They care. They live their lives day by day. Why don't we have that same energy around people that can make a difference in our community and make a difference in our children's lives. And it can be simple. Let's argue about who's the best teacher in our community. Let's argue about who's the best activist in our community. Let's argue about that. Why aren't we having those discussions in barbershops and that and those types of things instead of arguing about who's the best rapper? I mean, we really put a lot of emphasis on things that don't
I
really
would
mean a
definitely
lot.
welcome that dialogue. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Hopefully, y'all are feeling that too. That's good. That's good stuff, man. We can change the conversation and be a
Yeah,
little bit
change
more
the
positive.
conversation and let's argue about things that are meaningful in
Mm,
our community and meaningful to yourself.
mm.
I mean, to be honestly, I love Tupac and Biggie, but I mean, my stress, my argument to where I want to exhaust myself as a fight shouldn't be in that realm. It should be in the realm like, why ain't I arguing about who's the best councilman for my community? Is it A or B, and why? And then we could talk about things that change. That may change. Right, the greatest rapper in the world is not going to make no change in my community. The only thing he's going to do is consume. He's going to take because he wants ticket sales. The greatest
Ooh.
basketball player isn't going to do anything to my community. He's just going to take. He wants me to go to his basketball games and buy his shoes. At least I'm arguing about the council person, councilman, or councilwoman is representing my neighborhood to make a change. So why don't we argue about that more so?
Bruh. I'm gonna let that marinate right there for a minute. So, folks, you know I'm cutting that piece up right there. Now, that'll be all across the interwebs in about 5 hours. That was the one right there. Like Shirley said, you nailed it, man. That makes sense. That's true. Let's raise that
I'm
level of
inspired by the
conversation.
sign behind you, man. I'm inspired by that sign right behind you. What it says.
You trying to stay focused, brother? Stay focused on
You
you.
know.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's continue to move on. We're staying diligent. We're bringing up these topics. Hopefully, we can spur some conversations. So appreciate you guys for sticking with us on that. Let's talk about this. Let's get into football a little bit. Kinda, sorta. Sorta. This dude right here, Jackson Mahomes.
Hey, man.
Y'all wondering who's Jackson? I thought it was Patrick. Well, if you watch the end of the Super Bowl when them Kansas City Chiefs won and did what they needed to do again, there was a snap. There was a little picture on the screen, little blurb. The man had his 5 seconds of fame. It was Jackson Mahomes standing behind Patrick, his brother, twerking or doing some TikTok dance, filming a TikTok. And I looked at him and I said, what is this fool doing? Jackson Mahomes is up to no good now. As you see from the headline here, he's been arrested and charged with aggravated sexual battery. Listen, I don't wish negativity on no one, but again, when I saw him act a fool like that behind his brother's back while Patrick was winning the Super Bowl, I said, something. Hindsight 2020, maybe I got a 6, 7 cents. I said,
You
something ain't right.
judgmental, bro.
I'm
You so
judgmental.
judgmental.
I said I don't like him. And come to find out, Jackson Mahomes is out here being arrested and charged with aggravated sexual battery. Wednesday, he was charged. He's 22 years old. He was booked into the detention center. 3 counts of aggravated sexual battery and an additional 4th count of battery. Man.
All right, so can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
How come his picture ain't on there?
You see me scrolling real slow, right?
How come his picture ain't on there? But no, more so than, I mean, obviously he assaulted someone. He's charged his battery. This is just a eerie theme, right, that we just seen. We saw the thing with Kawhi Leonard's sibling.
Yeah, man.
And now we got Patrick Mahomes' sibling committing the crime. So I don't know, man. I mean, this is pretty crazy. Yeah. He has 3 counts of sexual battery.
So let me go into details and entertainment news, all of it. Forget all the other resources and outlets. TMZ, they got people out there in them streets, and I'll put the link out. I'm not gonna post it because I actually got a copyright claim from that WrestleMania video that we showed, so I'm not gonna show this.
Okay.
Had his hands around the neck of a 40-year-old woman at a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And TMZ has that video of the security video of this particular incident happening. So that's how it all happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Surveillance video published appears to show Mahomes kissing a woman while his hands are grasping her neck. The 40-year-old woman, who was the owner of the restaurant, also accused Mahomes of shoving a member of the restaurant's waitstaff in a separate incident. So he's out here in the streets, cozying up to the owner of the restaurant, then getting aggressive with her and also with members of the crew. And it's on
Mm-hmm.
camera.
Yep.
What you gonna do? The cameras right there. We got cameras rolling all over the place, right? So that's the situation, and we'll see what comes of it. Of course, he's denying it. So Mahomes' attorney says he's denying the women's allegations. But again, these cameras aren't lying.
My question would be, and my question. This is my question. A couple of them. One, was alcohol involved? Because I believe so. I would think there's probably alcohol involved in the scenario, which is always a bad look. Two, I know they got surveillance cameras. I want to see it because the reason why I want to say I want to see it and see it in the full entirety, because we saw what happened to Michael Irvin, right? In this situation, lady said that he assaulted her and did all those things in the cameras. The footage that we've seen so far on Michael Irvin, he didn't do anything except having a conversation with her.
Yeah.
So I would love to see what this situation, has. Not saying he's not guilty. He may be all the way guilty. I'm not quite sure. It sounds like he's guilty because at least the persona we get from him on TV, he seems like kind of a wild young man that's kind of out there living vicariously through his brother's money and feels like he can do whatever he wants. But I'm not gonna say he's all the way guilty until we see something, man. Because again, I thought Michael Irvin was guilty as a dog when that thing first came out. I was like, man, their brother done messed up everything. And then we saw the video. We only see him talking to her. That's
Michael didn't do nothing. Michael needs an apology. He needs. We haven't heard nothing from him either, right? I mean, I think that's best for him. I don't want to pivot off of this, but you're right. Irvin deserves an apology. He deserves his money back for missing the game and all that. He deserves something, a plaque.
He got fired from both ESPN and Football Network behind it. All these things, and at least from the video, we don't know what they were saying. The discussion was because you can't hear it. But on the video, what they said he was doing, he didn't do. He didn't assault her. He didn't grab her. He didn't do anything. He's just sitting there talking. He's talking to her. He's having a conversation with her, and then he walks away. So I would like to see this video to see what happened, because grabbing someone around the neck, that sounds like he was choking her, right? But maybe he wasn't choking her. Maybe he had his arm around her. We don't know. And I hate to speculate when it comes to these things, because anyone can really blow it out of proportion by description, right?
Okay. I got the video here, and it says warning graphic video. Hold on, I don't think I'm gonna show this. I'll just put the.
Don't get us banned. But you can still tell me the observation from your seat. Does it look crazy or not? I trust you.
Hold on 1 second. You trust me, and then you done logged off the show. Oh my God, where did Montel go? You put batteries in your camera, brother? Hold on, let me wait till he gets back. This didn't. What?
Every time, man, we get cut off.
Every time you come in the kitchen. Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen.
We're gonna leave the legal stuff alone, man. I'm cool.
Yeah, stop talking about the legal. Let's see now. Oh, damn. Yeah.
Did he assault her?
Hold on. Well, she laughing about it though. Dang. Okay, but she didn't. It's kind of aggressive. All right. You know what? We out here. We bleeding edge out here. Let me show this now. So I'm not gonna turn any audio on because I want y'all to see this right here. Boom. So he rolls up on her right behind her like that.
Okay. And kisses her, yeah.
Yeah.
But she don't seem.
No, but she's smiling about it and everything. Now she gonna wipe her face off because she at work and all. But he was slightly aggressive with it.
He was, but man, you can say we can look at it two different ways.
Okay, now he coming back, but she's smiling about it.
I don't, like I said, man, I don't know. It's aggressive. it's crossing the line, obviously.
Yeah, it's definitely not right.
Let's
It's
be real.
definitely
Let's
not
look at it
right.
from the other standpoint. He is a target, right? I'm sure if his brother's got billions of dollars, he's got a couple of millions of dollars, right?
Yeah. Ooh, okay, but he was a little aggressive with the
Yeah, yeah. No,
with that reach like that. I ain't never grabbed my
I'm not
wife
saying
like
that, but
that,
I'm
you
saying
know.
he's also a target, right? He's a target. He is a target. Let's not
He is a
mistake that
target.
by any means.
True,
So,
true.
um, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, at least when we see this persona on TV, he's a little wild child. He's wild.
Yeah.
So he does things pretty on the cusp of fist. I don't know what this relationship was with that woman. Are they friends or something like that? I have no idea. But I know he'll get his just due in court. I'm sure he'll get with a slap on the wrist because he's Patrick Mahomes' brother.
Yeah.
Let's be honest with it, and then it'll move on. And I don't condone anybody sexually assaulting a woman, but to me, she's laughing about it. I think it's so. Every time I hear sexual battery, something like that, I'm assuming that the woman's resisting the situation. She didn't seem very resisting. Was she
Yeah.
aggressive? Yes, but was she resisting? I didn't see that part. So I don't know.
Not from that
You gotta
video.
play
Yeah. I
some.
mean, again, it was a little more aggressive than probably needed to be. There probably something else that happened, as you said and speculated. Probably was some alcohol involved. But
Yeah,
like my man Josh was here in the building. Appreciate you for being here, man. It seems mutual, right? Because I looked at it a couple of times. She's smiling, but again,
yeah.
not
So
condoning it, but just saying that now you're gonna mess up this man's reputation, and now you're gonna maybe have him with rap sheet, and let's make sure we get all the facts out on both sides
you,
before we do
you
anything.
kind of know what this reminds me of, man. That reminds me of, and I don't want to kind of push forward. Remember that baseball player, the Dodger player, that they accused him of doing all that rape or really being sexually aggressive with women, but it was consensual.
Yes,
The Dodger player,
yeah,
I
the
forgot
pitcher.
his name.
I think it was the pitcher. Yeah.
Yeah. So and they ruined it.
He
They
lost his
basically ruined his
job.
career.
He lost his job
Huh?
off of that.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. They ruined his
yeah,
career by just
yeah.
stating that, come to find out, it was all consensual
It
the
was
whole
all
way.
consensual. All the women wanted him to be that aggressive with them. Yep, that's
Yeah.
true.
So again, man, I mean, and I don't want this to come out wrong. I mean, I do believe that. I just think when women claim that aren't sexually battered, sexually assaulted, or sexually battered, takes away so much from women that are. Right? It takes away from so much the women that are, and it's sad because the
True
women
about
that
it.
are
Yeah.
falsely making these claims usually are kind of chasing the cloud or chasing the money or chasing the situation when it doesn't happen, and it just affects those that really are, man, and it's sad. And I would hope, I would wish there was somewhere in the legal system where when they falsely accuse your situation, they can go back and charge them with something
Mm.
because it's not fair. It's just not fair.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, this one may turn into a little he said she said, but that yeah, we got video, and the video, it's not open and shut. I would just say that there's got to be more. That's
Yeah.
that's the flashy headline right there, and then a quick little snippet. So we'll see. And Mr. Riley,
Mhm.
I think that was it. Bauer. I don't know if Troy was his first name, but Bauer. Yeah, that was definitely the
Yeah.
Trevor. That was it. Yeah, Trevor
Yeah.
Bauer. Yeah, that was the cat. So, all right, man. Let's move on, man. Let's move on. Talk about something that kind of is a story, kind of isn't a story. I think we want to talk about it just because of who it is and kind of what some of these implications are. And the reason that I say it's kind of is a story, kind of isn't a story, because it happens every day, all the day. But because it's in the news and because it's Deontay Wilder. Uh, Pulled over by the police over in LA, driving with excessively tinted windows. You know you can't do that here in California. Come on
Yeah.
now, you can't. We not in the East Coast, and we not in Texas where you can have your windows tinted because it's too hot. Can't have excessively tinted windows, and you can't have your license plate obstructed. That was the reason given for them pulling over this Rolls Royce. I would love to see that Rolls Royce, though. Man, I know Deontay's making some good money, so shouts out to that. Police pulled him over. They smelled some marijuana in the car. They did a search of the vehicle. I'm recapping the highlights of it real quick. And they also found a 9mm in the seat, or they found it somewhere in the car. So they found a 9mm, and they smelled the marijuana within the car. Deontay was charged, booked, released, and that was it. That really was it. And then the question that was asked, or the answer that was given by Deontay Oh, what you riding around LA for with a weapon? Your hands are weapons. You can put them hands on somebody. And Deontay said, and I quote, "I'd rather be safe than sorry." The end. A lot of truth to that. Not saying it's
It is a
bad,
lot.
not saying it's good. I'm just saying we can get into this discussion right here. We can go for 2 hours. So,
Yeah,
Montel, tell me what your thoughts are on
yeah,
the
yeah.
synopsis of the story and what he
I,
had
I,
to
th-
say.
I think if we peel the onion back a little bit
Mm,
more, I think we need to ask a reason why does an ex heavyweight champion feel that he needs to have a gun to go anywhere to protect himself? Like the danger that's outside, that's in LA or that's in any of these places, we need to curve that more so than curving Deontay Wilder.
hmm
He's saying I got to protect myself if I go anywhere. We need to figure out what he's protecting himself from and eliminate that because it doesn't make any sense why these superstars have to, or anyone, not just when a person has to feel that they need to carry a gun,
hmm
driving a Rolls Royce,
hmm
one, and
hmm
doing that. We need to figure out what's the element outside that's making him fearful because he can't enjoy the fruits of his labor. That's what you're telling me. I can't enjoy the fruits of my labor driving around in this kind of car, going into somewhere in LA without making sure I have some protection on myself.
And if y'all have
So
never seen,
why aren't law enforcement concentrating on
yeah,
eliminating what's causing them to have that paranoia?
and I'm gonna say if y'all ain't never seen Deontay, he is. I'm tall. I'm 6 foot. Deontay 6'7", and Deontay is trained champion, right? Yeah, again, he can put them
Yeah.
hands on somebody and really do some work. So again, he doesn't need any external uh,
But I'm gonna
items.
flip it though. The other side of the coin for him, I get it. I'm in LA.
Yeah,
Nipsey Hussle died in LA. He from
yeah,
here from a gunshot.
yeah, yeah,
P&B Rock just died at a restaurant
yeah, yeah,
while he was in LA. I'm not gonna take a chance being out here, running around with whoever I'm running around with, and not have some type of protection on me. Regardless if I can fight, he can't punch no bullet. So I
Oof,
get that part.
my goodness.
But I think we always just we're pointing the finger at the person that has the gun and being pulled over. What is he fearful of, man? What we need to eliminate the situation that he's fearing, so they don't have to drive around in guns and don't have to feel that way and put themselves in that situation where they feel they need to have a gun to go anywhere.
Yeah,
Because the headline we don't want to read is, "Hey, Deontay Wilder got in an altercation to shoot somebody."
yeah.
That's the headline we don't
We
want
don't
to
want to
hear.
hear that, right? And
You
with
know?
the perception that he was probably was a self defense type of thing, right?
Yes.
We definitely don't want to hear about that, right? Or
Yeah.
we've seen it before. Listen, we both in California, we've seen a lot of stories about road rage and drive-bys and all that.
Yeah.
And again, that maybe that's the mentality, right? Again, we've seen a lot of folks that driving down that 405 or that 5 who that
Man.
101. I'm not
It,
justifying it. I'm not saying that it's good, but I'm saying I'm just
I
we've
think what
seen
you're
a lot of
saying.
stories.
I think what you're saying. His paranoia is real, and it's real in
Yeah,
California. It is a real. It's a real thing. Like, and I'm going to LA tomorrow evening. It's a real thing.
yeah,
Like you paranoid when you go to certain areas, certain situations. One just do because of the reputation, and because it does happen. Situations like that happen like out here all the time, or out there all the time. Um, I get why he's paranoid, man. I do, and I don't convict him because he had a gun. I completely understand why, but I'm saying as a community in the LA community, I would hope they address like we need to start figuring out why. Why can't a rapper come here? Why can't Deontay Wilder come here? Why can't an entertainer come here from another community and not feel threatened that he might get shot?
yeah,
That's a bad reputation to
yeah,
have for your city.
yeah.
But you know what's crazy? That's a reputation in all our urban cities.
That
It's in
is.
Houston. It's in Atlanta. It's in New York. It's in Detroit.
It's in the,
It's
think
all
about
these
what
urban
happens.
cities,
Think
man.
about what's jumping off in Atlanta today, right? All
Yeah.
over the news, right? Again, what's
Yes.
happening in Atlanta today? So you're right. It's all over the major metropolitan areas. Let me answer Joshua's question. What's the carry laws in LA? I'm assuming that Deontay does not have a concealed carry permit because that's
Yeah.
what he was charged with, possession of a concealed weapon. So he probably,
Yeah.
if he does, he didn't have his papers. He didn't have his paperwork with him. So
Correct. And he has to register. You have to register in every state, right? That's not something. That's something you have to
yeah,
register in every state.
exactly,
You definitely have it
exactly.
in the state of California. Yeah. And I think where Deontay's from, he's from somewhere in the south having a gun is probably it's okay. Like in Texas, I know you can have a gun, open, a concealed gun,
Oh
and I
yeah,
think
and listen, in
Mississippi and
Texas,
Alabama as well.
you can have them on your hip, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's much
yeah,
more different rules and regulations depending on
exactly.
where you go. So, but yeah, here in
Yeah,
California,
but like I said, man, I do believe in the philosophy. Like you said, I'd rather get caught with it than caught without it. I
man,
get it.
there is so much truth just in that statement, right? And again, to hear someone again, and I specifically wanted to say 6'7", uh,
Hmm.
champion with a 43-2-1 record. 42 of those 43 wins were by knockout. He can do some damage with just hands and his feet if he needed to. But again, he's got that mentality that, you know what, I'd rather be safe than sorry. The end.
Yeah. So I don't know. I trust me. Our fans out there. I wish I knew the answer. I don't, but I do know we can't just keep blaming the person that's carrying the gun. We need to really take a deeper dive and figure
Yeah.
out why they're so fearful and why they feel they have to have a gun and come into these communities. Because the bottom line is Taylor Swift doesn't probably travel around with a gun. You know,
Come on, make it plain, brother.
she don't probably travel around with a
Yeah.
gun, but yeah, I would even go to rival Tyson Fury, the heavyweight champion, who happens to be Caucasian. I don't think he comes to LA and has to have a gun in his pocket.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
the
yeah,
dude in the picture that he's fighting right here. So yeah, right.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Deontay Wilder feels that he has to have a gun when he's there. And I've been saying this for a long time. I think we have discussions to it. Successful black men and entertainers are targets.
Mm.
We're targets. I should say we're targets. They're targets. I'm not one of those. But a successful entertainer and a successful rapper or a successful singer or successful athlete is a target, and they've been targets in our communities. And there's something wrong with that, man. I mean, we've lost so many. We're the only per capita. We're the only. We have a higher assault and murder rate amongst our millionaires. There's no other millionaires culturally based that are getting killed at the rapid rate as African American millionaires are. It's pretty sad, man. We become targets the more successful we have, and that's
That
that's that's. I think that's the ideology why he carries a gun.
I want.
I could be eventually victim.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. I'm hoping that man Josh is still here because that's mixes real well with what the infusion network talks about. And I would actually
Hmm.
like to have Josh, you and your squad come on Team No Sleep one day and have that conversation right there.
Yeah,
Right.
I
Why we
believe.
feel within our society and our culture that we have to 6'7", 200 plus pound, 42 knockout champion in fighting have to carry a gun in our Rolls Royce as we just driving up and down the streets of Los Angeles, right? I mean, because they
But I
and the
mean,
reason that I point them out, I just want to say the reason I point them out is because again they talk about these types of things on their channel all the time. Josh,
mhm.
put a link to your channel in the comments, brother, so we can link to that. But that's something that I would love to do. So go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would love to have. I would love to have a kind of discussion and talk about it. But I just think it's true. It's true. We 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 become targets. Man, it's sad. It is
Hmm.
actually sad. We become targets the more successful we have. That our entertainers and our athletes, they can't even go enjoy themselves. Ja was carrying a gun not because he just wanted to carry a gun. I think also part of the fact that he wanted to protect himself in the environment he's in. Yeah, he was stupid to film it and have it out there, but the fact of the matter, they're carrying a gun to protect themselves so they don't become a target.
Hmm.
They don't become a victim to somebody else. We've already lost. Definitely, we know that we lost entertainers to gun violence, senseless gun violence, because they were being targeted and they were being assaulted. Um, it's just an ongoing thing, and it's sad, man. And it's happening in every urban city, like you said, metropolis city like Houston. We lost Offset. We lost PB and Rock recently in Los Angeles because he was targeted. We always hear these horror stories about people, athletes or somebody getting kidnapped or being robbed or being assaulted. Even Dave Chappelle made one of his comedy skits, somebody tried to get him, right?
Yeah.
Assault him, and rob him. So the more successful and the more your face is out there, we become targets. And it's funny because it's all about accessibility, right? And I was discussing, me and my wife was discussing this. Like when you're African American and successful, and you want to go assimilate with people that you look like that are around you, it's really hard for you to do that because you feel you're going to be, like I said, a target or somebody that's wants to get you. Where our counterparts, Latino and them, they go assimilate with their culture and they're embraced. They are really embraced. Selena was embraced.
Yeah.
Very embraced cultures. White cultures, they embrace their artists and their athletes like that. Where we go back to ours, we have to be more on our side of spider senses have to tingle. We have to be more of an alert.
And
I don't know why that
situation that we've talked about before.
Yeah, I don't know why that mentality's like that. I really don't. I don't understand it, but it is. It's a
jealousy,
real thing.
Like Josh is saying,
I think jealousy is one thing. I think also we still have that crab in the barrel mentality.
Mm-hmm.
We also have that division, between the field and the house.
Yeah, boy, come on now, boy.
The house one is the one that's successful that got the bag. The field is one that's over here, so they plot against each other, right? It's a plot, back and forth. And the plot of the field is like, I'm gonna get whatever I gotta get out of that house. I gotta rob, steal, and pillage it. We haven't been able to mend that relationship yet, or whatever. I think that, man, we just have a lot to work on, socially and consciously as a community, man. So hopefully we can stop it, man. Because like I said, we're blacks, African Americans, successful men are targets. You become a target.
Let me take a marker right here, because that right there hits in a whole bunch of different areas, and we're not gonna gloss over that. Yeah, we gonna definitely come back and make sure we talk about that. That's hot right there. Josh, call the crew. Who, brother? Who? call the boys up, because we gonna talk about that one.
Yeah,
right,
man. I think we should both be on that. I think we should go on that show.
We gonna do that. Yeah, we gonna do that. That's I'm gonna send some emails tonight before I go to the gym and make sure that we get on the Infusion Podcast Network and talk about that. So stay tuned.
What did that say right there?
She said,
I can't remember what that say.
That Shirley talking about preach, brother. Preach, brother. Listen, you've been here dropping it. This is what we do. That's why
I'm not preaching, man.
I cut it up, just with your stuff. I'm just back here behind the scenes doing the Wizard of Oz stuff.
Man, right? I'm just bruh. I'm being very introspective. I kind of take back and look at things, and I always put myself in that kind of perspective, or my kids in that perspective, and I'm just like, we gotta start asking the question why, not just pointing the finger like who's doing it, but we need to figure out why they're doing it. Yeah. What's the reasoning behind it, and start eliminating that aspect of it, and not just keep pointing the finger at people. And that's in every situation. Why? What's the motive? Why are they doing this, and what's going on? And the bigger picture is, we're just there's a big disproportionate economically amongst everyone.
True.
Social and financial. There's just a big disparity. And we always talk about it. I'm gonna keep it 100. Hey, if I ever get in a position where I'm desperate, where I don't have anything, and my kids are hungry, I gotta go take what I got to do to feed my family. And I think a lot of people are now put in that situation where they're desperate. That's why you see crime rising up. That's why you see these things. People are desperate. And when they're desperate, you do desperate things. And I think we need to figure out a way to eliminate that disparity and figure out opportunities for people. And it's sad because the age of desperation is getting younger and younger. It used to be, you see grown men doing it. Now you see 16 to 17-year-olds committing crimes.
True.
That are penitentiary bound, not because they just want to go commit a crime. I hope no one thinks that some guy wakes up in the middle of the night and says, hey, you know what? I'm going to go shoot 10 people, in my neighborhood because I want to. I think it becomes because their stomach is growling. They have no hope. They have no opportunities.
Real.
So when I've got to eat and my family needs to eat and my mom is when it's doing, the lights is coming off, my little brother needs shoes and I got a baby on the way. I'm trying to get a job and they won't give me a job because I was convicted when I was a little kid and I got all these things going on in my world. And the bottom line, I still got to feed my family. So what else am I supposed to do?
You said it right there in terms of, us having those awkward conversations. And I really believe, I don't want to even say I think we're doing it. I know we're doing it. We're hitting on those sore spots of society. We're opening those wounds and trying to put more than a Band-Aid on it. We're trying to surgically repair. And if anything, then we're leaving that mark. So community, if y'all are feeling that, if you're feeling what we're saying and what we're doing every Wednesday, look, we don't have to do this. But
Yeah,
Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, we come on here and we find these stories that matter to not just me and Montel, that we are ensure that they matter to you as well. And not enough folks, not enough media outlets, not enough celebrities, personalities, entertainers, or whatever, are having these kinds of conversations to where folks can actually engage and then hopefully then act. Share these conversations with folks. Bring somebody with you next week, man. But again, this is what we do, right? And hopefully we making folks think. Hopefully we making folks want to act. And like the new merch says, do better to be better, right? That's exactly what
absolutely.
we try. I had to put a little plug up in there.
No, man. You know what?
Um,
I really focus. The shirt that we have that says "focus"
yeah,
and the "you," focus on you. That's what I take from it. Always focus on you. I think that's really important because if you can focus on yourself to do better things, I think we can always achieve greatness, right? Um, no matter what realm you're in. So I think that's the best. That's kind of some food that you kind of thought for feed. I want to give a shout out to another podcast, man, that I watch a lot. Vicodous TV. I don't know if you ever seen it. It's kind of crazy. It's a woman that used to be incarcerated, and she talks to other people that were incarcerated, and they tell their story. Right? They tell the story what happened in prison and what's going on, and some of them how they turn their lives around. And it's real interesting, man, because they look at things from a different perspective. Like, she asks us always, why'd you do it, or what'd you do, or what frame of mind were you in, and kind of she asks the why. What I'm telling you, we need to ask the why.
yeah,
She asks why you did those things.
yeah.
I think our society is never asking the why. Why is Deontay Wilder carrying a gun? Why? He's like you said, he's 6'7". He's knocked out 41 of his 42 of his 43 opponents.
Mm-hmm.
He's knocked them out. So obviously he can protect himself, but we need to understand why he's carrying a gun. He's carrying a gun because he's fearful of something. Period. That's the bottom line. He's fearful of something. He's fearful of becoming a victim to a criminal crime. And I think law enforcement needs to say, okay, we need to eliminate why he's feared. Why we need to eliminate why he's fearful. Why these people are fearful. That's what you need to eliminate. Not necessarily always arrest the victim. Figure out why he's fearful and eliminate that process so the next time he comes, he doesn't feel he has to carry a gun. He can feel that he's safe.
That's it.
That's the part I think we need to start kind of peeling back and again, we need to have the right people that are in law enforcement, the right people that are in city councils, the right people that are mayors, and the right people that are doing the right thing to kind of help push that same narrative along, I believe.
That's true. Listen, and I know we have folks in those roles listening and watching to this, and I challenge them right now. If they watching and listening to this particular episode, reach out. Y'all know the phone number. Y'all know the email address. Let's get you on camera. Let's have a constructive conversation. Let's debate. Let's be respectful, but let's have that conversation, and let's be. I know Josh is saying society is more reactive than proactive, but let's be proactive for one time. Let's find a way to be a little more proactive and get things going, man. So, all right, brother, let's keep it moving because I want to be cognizant of time.
Okay.
I move stories around a little bit because you said something. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Would you Montel Allen rather go to Alabama season ticket? Would you rather purchase season tickets to Alabama's football season, or would you rather go? Or would you rather go to a Taylor Swift concert?
I'm gonna go to Alabama.
Is that right? Okay, I'm just checking. How much do you think Bama season tickets cost? Just make a wild guess.
For season tickets, I would say college game like that. Even on the high end, about 25 grand at the high, and that's got to be on the high end, in my opinion. Because college football is usually pretty cheap, but I don't know. I mean,
okay,
you must gonna hit me with something because
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with something, and I may need to get context in terms of on the pricing of this because this may be season tickets up in the nosebleeds. You won't be able to see saving.
Okay.
I bring up Taylor Swift. How much do you think one ticket to Miss Taylor Swift's concert costs on average?
On average? Okay. 300.
You definitely not in tune with what the
Man,
Swifties are
first
doing.
of all, hold on,
You
hold
ain't
on,
in
hold on.
tune. You
Wait.
in
Before,
other
don't
words,
say I'm not in tune. Hold. I'm practical, and I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, so I'm just saying.
you frugal up in here.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I am frugal. I ain't gonna
You
lie.
frugal.
But I'm saying,
I ain't
hold
gonna
on.
call you cheap,
So,
but I'm gonna call you frugal. Is what you is.
so it costs more than 300. Okay, you saying okay? Let's say high end 1,000. 1,000. I better be sitting in the front row for $1,000 or close in
You
the
better
front
be
level
sitting in the
for
front way.
1,000.
All right, I'm gonna quit messing with you, and I'm gonna let folks finally see what I'm talking about. It costs more to go see Taylor Swift than it does for Alabama season tickets. $980 versus
Ain't no way,
$959.
dog. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Marinate on that just for 1 minute. You can go to
Okay.
Alabama season tickets, hang with Nick Saban, go out there, Crimson Tide, roll them Tide, all that, all
Yeah.
season long. Or you can go to 3 hours of Taylor Swift, or however
So,
long the show is. This don't make no sense. Something.
so
Come on,
Taylor Swift's tickets. Hold
right?
on, man. That don't make no sense. So
Vivid
to see her
seats.
for 3 hours. So basically, she's charging us $3,000 an hour, 3,000 plus an hour.
She making that money. We in the wrong business. I
I'm
need
in the
to go.
wrong business,
I need
bro.
to go out there and start singing or something. We need to come up with some.
I'm sorry. She charges. Wait, hers is what, $980?
$908. One ticket.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean 3,000. I mean 300. Pardon me for saying 3,000, but 300. So she charges $300 plus an hour to see her sing. Last I checked, her album is free streamed on Spotify. It cost me $14 a month. Right?
But if you won't be,
I get a whole catalog for $14 a month.
if you won't be in the front row, I don't even know where this seat is. But go to Vivid Seats, find the tickets for both the Taylor Swift concert and Alabama season tickets, and see the disparity. There's a problem with our society right there as well. Listen, I used to work in the music industry, so I know what folks pay for entertainment like this, but there is no way.
So how much does Beyonce charge? Is she around the same price?
Yeah, listen, folks were taking out loans to get to Beyonce's ticket. Yeah, Beyonce, she getting her money too. I listen.
So and Janet Jackson's on tour right now. Isn't Janet on tour right now? So how much is
Yeah,
Janet Jackson?
I don't think Janet is as much. But Queen Bee and Taylor,
Wait,
they get
hold
their
on, bro.
money.
You got me tripping. You got me tripping. So $980 is just to get in. That's not even like the front row. That's like I'm just sitting somewhere general admission.
We could do some. Okay, you want to go ahead and do a little Vivid Seat? Let's do it right now. Okay,
I'm saying, how much it cost me to sit up front?
You know what? Hold on. Hopefully nothing blows up on me. I don't get to no bad sites or nothing. But let's do this. Search event. Lord, she trending.
For the prices, she need to be trending. Sure.
Let's see here. What we going to see her at? We gonna see her.
Pick anywhere. It don't matter.
Oh, low prices here in Santa Clara, up in my neck of the woods. Let's see this on Friday too. It's a Friday.
Okay. We want to sit up front.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, I can't have you in the front, but what I can do is have you in section 419. You see how much that ticket is?
And how close is that?
That's
for 2 tickets though. That's that. Oh, 2 ticket one. So they got a piece. Oh, okay.
That's right here. That's right here in 419.
All right, give me behind the stage because behind the stage is available. What's behind the stage? How much is that?
Where you want to sit, man?
126.
Here go the stage. This is where you want to sit. Look at that. Tickets from $3,700 right here.
Man, she crazy.
And that's for one ticket in section 419, row 10 is $1,500.
Wow.
Bruh. Something wrong.
You see, that's why it's not sold out. That's why it's not sold out.
My God. Well, okay. You mentioned Bay. Okay. What's
Janet selling for?
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna do the same venue. Same venue for Beyonce.
Okay.
Same venue for Beyonce. Oh, that's sad. Look at these.
How much
numbers.
Beyonce? See?
Wow.
You see?
That's Bruh, there used to be that old show on ESPN, Numbers Don't Lie. Look at this. This is
That is
from
crazy.
$1,000 down to a high of $205. And hold on, so I could sit. Ooh, hold on, that's $4,000 to be right up there in the VIP.
No, I can't do that.
I
I
can't
can do that 200 though.
But floor 2, row 9, $759.
That's pretty steep.
$250 cheaper than Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but that's still a grip, man. That's a lot of money to go see somebody in concert. So wait. Before you go, remember when we was talking about how much them Kanye tickets cost when they went to the Kanye concert to go say Larry Hoover? I bet you them bad boys was up there too.
You was talking, oh, no, they ain't giving them away for Janet. They $30.
Oh,
it's a much smaller venue. This is at Shoreline. Shoreline's a dope amphitheater too, but that's $30.
See, I can go get in control real quick. I can go get my principal on with Janet.
This is horrible. Yeah, I mean the highest for her is 500, and that's right in her face. Wow, I might go to that. June 16th.
Yeah, I can swing a 5, but I ain't anything above 5, bro. It ain't getting my money. I'm cool.
All right, Walter Strong said he got to take out a home equity line of credit for tickets to see Miss Taylor Swift. Man, go see Janet all day. That's what I'm telling you, man. Folks out here taking out loans to go see these concerts. I don't know how we got. Oh yeah, I was telling you ticket prices for Taylor versus Alabama football. It is crazy.
That's ridiculous, man. I mean, I'm not mad at her getting her money, and if there's a demand for it, obviously get it because she's selling out.
That's wrong. But that ain't right. Come on.
Really?
Right.
So you mean to tell me? Wait, hold on. So you mean to tell me if somebody said, "Hey, Team No Sleep, we're gonna pay you $1,000 an episode, but yeah, you can or you take $100,000, and there's a demand. If the demand doesn't fall off, we can still get $1,000. You get $1,000. That's his business.
It just don't seem right though. I mean, listen, don't let Tyler Perry come out here and let BET let somebody come and offer us some of that kind of cash. We gonna split it up, and it's not all gonna go in our pocket. We gonna definitely bless the community.
Yeah.
But that's just a very high disparity. Janet Jackson tickets for $30, Taylor Swift tickets for $1,100.
But we also know obviously that's a different market, right? There's a different market for that. They want to be able to have people from lower income maybe to go see Beyonce or Janet because it's $19 tickets at the nosebleeds or whatever, where Taylor Swift doesn't appear to that audience, right? And again, like I said, if there's a demand for it, they're smart enough to go market it and mass it and get that demand. This $1,000 a ticket. Do I feel it's right? Will I spend my hard money? Hell no. It ain't happening. But I can't knock her for marketing herself to do it and getting it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, folks, I'll just say this and bring it back to sports. Folks are spending that money because here's this story as well about Nebraska volleyball sold out their opening game, 82,900 seats sold in 48 hours. So their opening game.
Wait, repeat that again. What sport is it? What sport is this? Because people gonna think it's just football, right? When they first see it, what sport is it?
I'm trying to figure first of all how you gonna fit this many people at the volleyball game, but it is 82,900 people at a Nebraska volleyball game. Their first game in August sold out in 48 hours.
Man, Nebraska volleyball. And I can attest.
Not Nebraska football, baseball, or gymnastics. Their volleyball squad.
University of Nebraska has the best fans in the whole entire world. I can tell you that and I know that firsthand because my boy Tyler Devaney used to be head of football, not head of football operations. He used to be, I think, the AD there, or he used to have a high position there. And I used to ask him, I said, "Man, so what you got to do?" He says, "I have to do nothing. We're sold out for football for the next 10 years. Sold out. I don't got to go kiss no babies. I ain't got to shake no hands.
Crazy.
The tickets are already sold." Crazy. So this doesn't surprise me. Their fans are fanatics in Nebraska, man. And shout out to the volleyball team, though, man.
Man, wow, that's a real number. That's a gang of folks to watch volleyball.
And you know what, though? But that shows a testament to women's sports is starting to take it to that next level, right?
Good point.
We always say, when's it gonna get to that next level? This is next level.
Good point.
This is
And
next level.
the fact that we're seeing women's collegiate sports taking these leaps, right? Because
Yes.
we got Nebraska here. I think LSU is going to be hot next year because you got
You won't be able to get a ticket to go see LSU next year, women's
right
basketball.
because you got HVL going over there. You got
Yep.
Haley Van Lith going over there with the squad over there with Angel Reese and them. Man,
and I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what's
Man.
funny though? I was watching this. I was watching, when she was going over there. They were talking about. I guarantee you, next year, the most highest, probably college basketball game, men's or women's, will be LSU versus South Carolina.
LSU versus I'm gonna find a way to get to that game.
I would pay to go, and I would pay to go watch that. But they were just talking
pay.
about this is gonna probably be the highest rated college basketball game out of any college basketball game, men's or women's.
This is what folks need to be talking about. This is what we need to be talking about right here.
That's what we need to be talking. And you remember I used to say, man, I like watching girls basketball because it's at that level. It's so pure, it's so good, and it's not at all that isolation. They actually play a lot of team ball and do it. And LSU, and obviously you of give respect to Iowa because Iowa, with Caitlin doing all that and then having that thing, it's just brought that sport to a whole nother level. Kind of doing it. And now I think the WNBA is going to be able to piggyback off of that now with, Las Vegas is going to be one of the top teams again, coming back, winning it. They got a lot of swag. They got they got all these things going on. I think now it's starting to get to that level that me and you always discuss. WNBA is going to be able to capitalize off of what college women's basketball is doing now.
Definitely.
Which used to be what men's basketball was doing back in the early 80s and 90s when we used to watch Jordan, Patrick Ewing, Fly Slamma Jamma. We used to watch Michigan and UNLV. We would watch college basketball because we know it's going to carry the NBA. But it's kind of somewhere lost its luster because guys jump and everything. Now I think the WNBA and college and women's basketball is kind of slowly moving into that model where we're so excited to see the girls basketball in college, and then we're going to be excited to see them transition into the professional level.
Yeah.
So
this was cool. A good past season for NCAA for women's collegiate / professional sports, and the fact that we got BG coming back, right? And so you know how I love the story, so that's going to be a great story to see that, and she's already starting to talk. Like you say, the Vegas situation, that's going to be a great story as well. So definitely looking forward to that. I was going to try to see what was happening with them fellas over here playing. I know we got a gang of sports going. Boston out here trying to do something. Did Boston? Yeah, Boston took game 2, so series is tied up. Let's go ahead and move on, man. But again, glad we talked about that right there. We got a couple of last stories. Appreciate y'all for hanging with us. We got good stories now. We got good stories. What were you doing, Montel Allen, at the age of 15? What were you doing?
Chasing girls that look like her at the age of 15.
There he go. See, Lord have mercy. There you go.
Hey, man. I mean, at the age of 15, man, I was just thinking about going to class and playing sports and hanging out, man. I wasn't as focused as this young lady was.
Is that right? So you weren't already signed to like a national pro contract like Melanie Barcenas here, 15 years old, San Diego Wave. She out there doing the thing.
Yep.
The youngest player
coming out there doing the thing, professional soccer at 15 years old.
She is not 16 years old yet.
She's about to be a star, man. That young lady's about to be a star. I hope people remember her. She's going to be a star.
Yeah, that's what's up right there. So, man, appreciate people like that. Appreciate folks at that tender age that are out there being a good role model and saying, you can do it. 15 years and 181 days, the youngest ever player in the NWSL.
You know what would be awesome, man? I wish it was an opportunity to talk to her parents and get a better understanding of the sacrifices they had to make in order to get their daughter to this at the age of 15. Because I would think that, like you said, you like the story. I love her accomplishments because she's obviously a talented athlete. But I would love the story, but like, as a parents, what did you guys have to sacrifice? Because we know as sports parents, you have to sacrifice a lot.
Yeah.
Just to be taking the little league and do all these
travel
things.
Ball and all that, uniforms, you're right, all that. And the expense, man, you just can only imagine.
Yeah, so can you imagine, as talented as a young lady as she's probably been traveling soccer since she's probably been 8 or 9. She's probably been so good. I would love to understand what the parent sacrifice was when that, because I think that story never gets told, right? It doesn't get told. And I would like to do it to like a lot of parents, man. I would love. I know people don't like him because of his person, because of things he's been through. I would love to talk to Ja Morant's dad. What did they have to sacrifice to make Ja be the person he is? I would like to talk to the Ball family, the Ball dad. What sacrifices did him and his wife have to make sure his 3 sons were successful in basketball?
And they went through a lot, right? I remember when they had their series on ESPN or wherever it was, Netflix.
Yeah.
But yeah, they went through a lot, especially with the Ball's mother, having those health issues and all. So I mean, they've gone through it. Listen, okay, so she in San Diego, she in your neck of the woods. Won't you?
Yeah, man.
Won't you go down the road?
About to be a star.
Won't you go down the road and go to a match? I'll send you another microphone. I'll send you some lights and a microphone, and you should go interview Melanie Barcenas before her next game.
Let me see if I can get some connections.
Come on, don't you know somebody?
I know some. If I got some mutual friends,
man,
I would definitely ask her.
Get out there in them streets, man, and go out here. And we are. I know you working on your sly. And
I'm always on my slide, man.
And y'all see it up in the ticker. I put our promo code, so you can go to the website and get your discount, your Team No Sleep discount on Sly, because that's definitely what's up. And shouts out to them and the team for their support. But man, go
I think, like you said, man. I'll see if I got some mutual friends to be able to do like a little interview with her, or see if there's any way she can talk. But man, to be honest with you, man, I'm small fish, man. I'm not no big deal out here, so I don't know if I got any kind of clout that used to be able to do it. But I mean, it ain't like I can't make the effort.
You got the clout. We can make it happen. We can make it happen. All right, let me go. I got 2 more stories for the audience. Bear with us. We got really good story here. I'm not sure if y'all football fans. I know we got a lot of California folks here, so they probably Rams fans and 49er fans, and maybe even some Raider fans, even though they've gone to Vegas. But what them Dallas Cowboys just did. Let me give you some context. Deuce Vaughn was a player for Kansas State. His dad, Chris Vaughn, is a scout for the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all know we just had the NFL draft not too long ago, and what had happened was Chris Vaughn called his son Deuce and officially said, "Son, what you doing next week?" You know what? I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna let this man say it himself. Hold on, y'all listen to this.
Hey, buddy. How's it going? Hey, it's going good. This is Dad. My phone wasn't working. Look here, man. You want to come to work with me next week?
I wouldn't mind that at all.
You want to come work with me next week?
I got somebody want to speak to you.
I don't know when I've been speaking for everybody that's really in the heart of the Dallas Cowboys is standing here with a tear in our eye. We're so happy to have you on the Dallas Cowboys.
I can't thank you enough.
Well, what I really want to say, you earned every ounce of me being able to make this call. I'm so excited. There's just something magical about this moment that may be bigger than we even realize here talking to you on the phone. But you is now a Dallas Cowboy. Your daddy just handed the card in.
Your daddy just handed the card.
Congratulations.
Hey, Deuce, Mike McCarthy, congratulations.
What's up, Coach? I appreciate it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've been doing this a long time. This is so special for you and your father and your family. And if you could make sure you drive, so make sure your dad's on time for work, we'd appreciate it.
I can do that. Okay. I can do that.
Deuce, man, congratulations. One of the coolest things I've ever seen in football was your dad making that call.
That's pretty cool.
Hey,
if you don't feel warm and good about that, then something wrong with you.
I think as much as slack that Jerry Jones catches and the Dallas Cowboys organization catches, that right there makes up for everything. I mean, you got to think he an employee in his organization, son who was very talented. Hey, let's take a chance on his son because he's been here for so long. I'm sure Deuce's been around the facilities, obviously, been there, done some things. He's not a big kid. He's a small stature kid. He's actually 5'5", 170. I believe he's really, really small. running back, talented, not your typical draft, but I think Dallas Cowboys didn't mind sacrificing the draft pick. We're saying, hey, we're going to go after this kid, not only because he's talented, but also based on the relationship we have with his father. And I think that is cool as hell. That is so dope because they're taking care of their own. When we talk about taking care of family, they just took care of family.
Yeah.
And I think that's a dope gesture.
That's definitely what it is. And to think about it, it's not rigged, it's not set up, it's nothing because Chris Vaughn, yeah, he is scout for the Cowboys, but he did his scouting analysis and his scouting reports on everybody else that was coming up in the draft. But didn't do it for his son, not to taint it, right? So Coach McCarthy looked at him. All the OCs, everyone else in the organization looked at him and said, you know what, we going in the 4th round, we gonna call Deuce Vaughn at his house and offer him a position on the Dallas Cowboys. Man, that's all right.
That means he's gonna get some guaranteed money. He's gonna be able to get in there and get this opportunity to work. You know, I mean, way to set the young man's future up. And I don't care. Yeah, it's nepotism. Great. I love it. Utilize it all that you possibly can. Because the bottom line,
you got to know somebody to get somewhere sometime, man.
And you know what's crazy? Because in our realm, in our world, we don't have a lot of nepotism. We don't, because we're not in those positions, right? We're not in those positions to be able to reach back and give. So when I see a story like this, man, I think it's just awesome.
Yeah.
I think I really do like what Jerry Jones did, because I think that's just like you said, you're taking care of your own. A man has been dedicated to our organization. I'm gonna help take care of his kid and give it and fulfill his kid's dream and give him an opportunity to play on the big level.
Yeah,
I think, man, that just speaks it all, man. That speaks volumes of an organization. And I think we never know why people like Dallas so much, the Cowboys so much. Dallas Cowboys, you know, why people,
I still don't know why y'all like them Cowboys. But you know, I'm still gonna wear my Steelers, my Heinz Ward, all day, every day. But I'm gonna be okay with this move right here. I'm gonna be okay.
But
we see you in the building. Appreciate you for being here, friend.
And but like my boy Kieran, man, before he passed away, he was the biggest Steeler fan. So I sympathize with you. I know.
Yeah, you know, we don't want to talk about all the stuff we still got to go through with these Steelers. We'll work it out. Maybe we should do a recap on this draft too, because the draft was kind of dicey in a lot of topics. But it was just funny.
You mean dicey for the Steelers, right? Y'all don't know.
Okay. See, now why you getting all in my business like that? Okay.
Hey, man.
Folks are gonna start.
So I got a question for you.
See here, there you go.
I want to hear from you. I want to hear it out of your mouth. If the Steelers don't turn it around and have a winning season this season, like they don't make it to playoffs, is it time for Tomlin to go?
Unfortunately, I got to agree with you, because it's been too long. It's been too long. I'm a realist, right? I do like to have the glass half full, but I know when it's raining and I know when it's storming. I know when it's time to go ahead and make that move. Don't like it. I know he'll land somewhere else, but because I really do think he gels well with the personalities. I think he is a good player's coach. You know, folks always say that kind of thing, and he understands both sides of the ball. But I just think, you know, if they don't get deep into the second season, that they don't have to win. I don't think they need to win the bowl for him to stay, but I think they definitely need to go deep beyond wild card. Come on, you need to get one of them trophies. You
need to win your division. I mean,
you know what I'm saying. You need to put one of them trophies in the case this year. So, look at Mr. Raleigh talking about Jerry got some points with that draft pick. That's true. We let him slide just a little bit. You know, don't act a fool though, Jerry Jones. You and your siblings and your family, the Jones family, don't act up. We're gonna keep watching you.
Yeah. You know, we don't want to see no more pictures pop up of you kicking the brothers out of the school. We don't want to see that no more.
Right? You know,
but like I said, I believe, man, that was just a great gesture by the Dallas Cowboys. I think that was grade A. That's grade A right there. You know, you don't get no better than that. So
that's true. That
was good.
That was the last story we had, sports social impact related. But I think we member of the culture, member of who I'll speak for you and I follow and are fans of. Just want to give some shouts out to Jamie Foxx. He finally reached out this morning sent out this post on IG saying appreciate all the love and he's feeling blessed. Y'all know he suffered a stroke not too long ago and has been going through it. So it's good to see him up and at least responding and knowing that he's getting love out there. So we wish him nothing but the best, and hopefully we can see him again soon, doing what he does best, singing, acting, telling jokes, and all those things. So I just wanted to put that out there before we close.
Yes, indeed.
Montel, take us home, man. Take us home. I think we did it. We did it all right tonight. We had a time. Hold on. Where my triggers at?
Boy, we had a time last night.
Boy.
I think I want to give a shout out to Charles James and the Charles James Foundation first and foremost, man. We got we'll be getting out some scholarships to some kids pretty soon here. I think in the month of June. Through his foundation. I particularly myself started the scholarship. My best friend passed away, I think 2 years, going on 2 years now. And I started a scholarship in his name, which I'll be handing out to some young man or some young lady in order for them to, to help ease their financial situation as they take the next steps in their journey going to college.
Mm-hmm.
And man, blessings all the way around, man. We're always blessed to have another day, sunny California. I cannot complain. Shout out to my son at the University of Chicago, DC. They're putting in work. And, man, like I always say, please start being comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. It's the only way we can learn.
That's it. We out. Y'all be good to yourselves.